Surgeons of Reddit, what's the weirdest object you've had to remove from someone's butt? MD, but not a surgeon. On my surgery we had to remove a mini Nerf football from someone's butt. He kept apologizing and saying he wasn't gay. Later, the attending surgeon told us that it's always the straight guys coming in with stuff up their butts and they always try explaining that they aren't gay. We received a patient with horrible pain that felt like constipation. He couldn't poop and laxatives weren't helping. We soon found out that the blockage wasn't just constipation, it was a string of beads several meters long that had become tangled into an ugly ball inside. I had to snip it apart and carefully pull pieces of it out. When most of it was out, his asshole became a rocket engine with diarrhea as the propellant. Does this mean you are a rocket surgeon now? I once had a flatmate who was a nurse. She had a patient who came in complaining of stomach pains, which was caused by the cucumber head shoved up his butt a couple of days earlier. Apparently the smell caused by pickling a cucumber in your colon is extremely nasty. Forbidden ass pickle. I've seen a small size Fanta orange soda can get pulled straight out of a man's rectum. Did you drink it? No, too bad it was empty. He drank it wrong. Y'all don't butt chug soda. Dunno what qualifies as weird anymore. Between myself and friends. Glass dildo, vibrating dildo, travel toothbrush holder, Campbell's soup can, cucumber, mag light, cologne bottle, Sean John unforgivable hay, time capsule, light bulb, aerosol can cap. The oddest one was literally nothing. Guy comes in complaining of something stuck up their butt by girlfriend. Doctor feels and nothing there. X-ray and CT scan says maybe something there. I don't feel anything. In the operating room I feel deeper and still nothing. Finally do a full colonoscopy and nothing there. A Campbell's soup can. Seriously. That person must have the Carlsbad Caverns of anuses. The majestic beauty of a national park used to describe a man's anus. Delightful. I'm not a doctor, but my cousin is a colorectal surgeon. She's dealt with at least 2 people who've put light bulbs in their butts. Out of all the household items you could think of, why would a light bulb seem like a fine idea? Edit, if I see another bright idea comment I'm going to shove a light bulb up my own ass. Girl I know had suspected cervical cancer. Saw 2 different doctors before a specialist examined her surrounded by trainee doctors, grabbed and pulled on what everyone thought was an inflamed, infected, tumorous cervix. It was a love egg. It had been in there for 3 months. 3 months? Holy duck. Yeah man. She was suffering from TSS and pains and things, but I can't imagine lasting that long without knowing. Did she not realize when, she put it in and didn't take it out? She said she was drunk but I once put a tampon in, too drunk to realize there was already one in there. A week later went to the doctor thinking that my birth control was falling out. Turns out it had the cardboard on it still. So I totally believe this story. I'm so sorry to be laughing hysterically, but yeah, I'm laughing hysterically. Son of a doctor here. My dad removed an entire peeled sweet potato from someone's colon once. He swore that he had just slipped and fell on it. Maybe he was just cooking while naked, he peeled the potato, put it on the floor so he can get something from the fridge and hoops just slips and falls right on the potato. You ducked the raw chicken, didn't you? He did. I've never been more sure of anything in my life. He ducked that raw chicken. When I worked in the we had a guy come in with a 6-battery mag light stuck up Main Street. The funny part is that it was inserted bulb out and it was turned on. So we laid him down prone, and the doc spread his cheeks, then the room lit up like he just cracked open Marcellus Wallace's briefcase. I suppose the light does shine down there. Edit, Merry Christmas to me with that gold. Not the butt, close to it. My sister worked in a urology clinic and has some very crazy stories ranging from at-home sex change procedures to this case in particular. She had to remove almost 200 BBS from a guy's bladder via his urethra one by one. As the guy had a fetish of shoving things down his urethra. Looks like his BB gun was pump action. Nice clip size, though pretty slow fire rate. Don't shoot till you see the whites of their eyes. Back when I was an tech, we had this guy come in with a full-size bottle of Vo5 shampoo up his butt. Of course he said he fell on it in the shower. You could clearly see it on the x-ray. It was pretty spectacular. The best part was he knew exactly what needed to be done to get it out, suggesting that this wasn't the first time. He asked for conscious sedation and for someone to pull it out. Well, the doctor tried that, then tried to manually get it out with forceps, and was essentially elbow deep in this dude, but couldn't get it. He had to go to the operating room to get it taken out. I bumped into the surgeon a few days later and asked him how it went. He joked to me that after we knocked him out, I grabbed a plunger out of the bathroom and got it out that way. But then told me all he had to do was stick some suction up there till he felt it connect, and then slowly pulled it out. According to the surgeon, this guy never presented any sort of identification or insurance card, and demanded to pay his entire bill before he left. Usually takes some time for bills to get finalized. He paid it completely in cash, and then left via a taxi. Bloody hell, I feel like if you're that much of a pro you could attach a string to it or something in case it happens again, haha. Maybe getting it yanked out in the hospital is part of his kink. Nurse. I've seen baseballs, loads of dildos, cans of soda, vegetables. There should be a public service announcement about using dildos in the bum. It needs to have balls, or some sort of base so it doesn't get lost up there. Women's vaginal dildos don't need them, as there is only so far it will go. A doctor I worked with once told a man, it's okay if you want to put things in your rectum. You just have to use the right things. Without a base, without a trace edit, holy moly, I missed all the notifications on this post. Full credit to Jordan Jesse, Go's annual Anal August awareness campaign. If you like it, then you should have put a string on it. I'd be more interested in what non-medical people have had to help people remove from their butts. My cat swallowed dental floss and I had to pull it out of her ass. I'm not a medical professional, just a grossed out lady with a new lidded trash bin. Edit, at the risk of repeating everyone else commenting, don't pull things out of butts. Cut it off section by section unless there's zero resistance. Or just go to a vet, especially if there's blood or your pet is really uncomfortable. Oh man. When our husky was little he ate one of my wife's thongs. I had to pull it out of his butt. Not a surgeon, but a former anesthesia technician while in the army. I had a few interesting cases come through. Top 5, not in order. 1. Light bulb, not like a lamp light bulb, but one of those LED lightsaber bulbs that you see air traffic controller people using. 2. 24-inch double-ended ribbed black dildo. That was a guy who had it stuck there. 3. Soda can 4. Ken doll. This was actually removed from a woman's vagina. 5. Half a baguette. Not a ducking clue how that happened honestly. I've thought about it a lot and just never could figure it out. Not a ducking clue how that happened, not chewing. Not me but a good friend I have known since 6th grade who is an emergency room doctor, straight couple in their early 20s, and they were using a vibrator on her. They switch, he said it was his first time, and they had lube everywhere and the slim 6-inch vibrator disappeared all the way up in him while it was still on. They waited and tried to get it out on their own and finally went into the They were going to wait till the batteries died but it was getting late. My buddy tried to get it out but couldn't get it. He told the guy they might have to do surgery to get it. The guy asked my buddy if he has to go and can he call his mom and tell her. My buddy laughs and says you're 22 and you get to call your mom to tell her you have a buzzing vibrator in your ass that might be perforating your colon. Then my buddy remembers a guy he went to medical school who works in the same hospital. He has freaky long thin fingers like it that might work. The other doctor gloves up and gets the vibrator still buzzing out of him. Just a FYI, it is really easy for this to happen, so limit the lube on your hands. Your colon gets like a suction on it and things go in easy like what happened to these guys. Edited sub vibrator where dildo was. The trick is having something with a base. Always have a nice wide base on anything inserted anally.